Hello, welcome to yet another video of Acharya NIdana ACademy. In this video, we are going to discuss why Ayurveda learning is difficult nowadays. Before going into this particular concept or the subject, we are going to know some of the concepts which we are discussing previously. First, if you know about the physics, chemistry and biology and Ayurveda fundamentals are well known, then every information in Ayurveda can be learned with the deepest understanding. Second, we have to practice the concept of minimalism. What is this particular minimalism? We have to take one particular small topic and we have to look into that particular topic from multiple angles. So that means we have to do the brainstorming session of that particular concept so that we can have a deepest understanding on that particular concept or terminology or whatever you are going to learn. Third, if you know about the concepts of Kriya Sharira from each and every corner, then learning Roga Nidana is not at all a difficult thing. If you know about the each and every corner of Roga Nidana, that is the Ayurveda pathology, then practicing or the learning the Kaya Chikitsa is not at all a difficult thing. It will be very easy. Then fourth thing, so whatever we are learning, try to identify the pattern so that we can able to modify the pattern so that we can able to restore or the that any imbalance we will be making that will be getting restored. And pattern creation, so the pattern creation that will be helpful in maintaining that particular restored health as such. That is which are the mottos of this particular academy. Let us give you one example. So if a person is taking the sour buttermilk for a period of 10 to 12 days at night time, so what will happen? When it is a well known fact that if a person is taking sour buttermilk continuously at a particular time period, so that will be responsible for the increase of pitta dosha in the body. So likewise, if a person is taking the sour buttermilk for more than 12 days or so, that will be responsible for the increase of pitta dosha there. And that means if we want to have the reduction of the pitta, then we have to first of all we have to stop that particular sour buttermilk consumption. So and in other words, what we have to, some new pattern we have to create. So that means we have to create consume the substances which are devoid of sour taste. Sometimes even pungent taste as well as even the salty taste should be avoided so that we can have the restoration or the mitigation of pitta dosha in the body. This is the word meaning of pattern as such. So and lastly, no compromise in the Ayurveda fundamentals learning will be done in this particular channel. With this small concepts, we are going to have the why Ayurveda learning is difficult. One of the three commonest reasons that I have found out these days, I am going to give you those informations here. First and foremost thing, it is the Sanskrit language. All the Ayurveda texts which you are seeing, they are in the Sanskrit language. Second, difficulty in concept understanding. So we are knowing the informations, but we cannot able to apply those informations. That means we are unable to internalize those informations. This is the second major reason. And third major reason, no proper mentorship. So that means we want to learn the information, but we are not getting the adequate and right information from the right people. These are the three major reasons. Of course, there may be some multiple reasons also, but I am here highlighting only the three major reasons here. Right? The first reason, so that is Sanskrit language. Nowadays, this particular language is very difficult to learn because when you think about the whole Indian population of 140 crore people, less than 25,000 people are knowing this particular language. In other words, 0.002% of the population knowing this particular language. Now, when you think of this, most of the Ayurveda textbooks are in Sanskrit language. Even the commentaries which are being written on those major Ayurveda textbooks, they are present in the Sanskrit language. So that is the reason. So it is difficult for the people, or the even the layman people, or even the people who are studying Ayurveda, they are facing the difficulty because of the lack of Sanskrit language or the knowledge there. And the third major thing, so here in this particular Sanskrit language, that is proper interpretation of information in Ayurveda texts, that is lacking. So these are the three major reasons we can able to say the lack of Sanskrit language in the people who are studying Ayurveda. So that is the major lacuna here. And second thing, so that is lack of concept clarity. When you say about lack of concept clarity, so the major thing is we are not giving the concept, what you say that the concept, or we are not giving the information depending upon the type of learners. When you say about the learners, there are basically three types of learners are there: visual learners, auditory learners, and kinesthetic learners. When you say about the visual learners, they are maximum number of people. So that means 65% of the people are visual learners. That means they are seeing the image, and based on that image, so they are going to internalize the informations. And second thing, auditory learners, they are going to hear the informations, and they are going to understand the concepts by hearing those informations. And kinesthetic learners, so they are going to do the what do you say, the, for example, they are going to do the learning by seeing the different actions. For example, let's say seeing the patient, or doing the physical examination, etc., etc. So here we are giving the informations with the lack of these types of learners. We are not giving any kind of the concentration to this kind of the learning methodologies. We are not going to give either visual learners. We are not going to think of whether the person is a visual learner, or auditory learner, or kinesthetic learner. Okay, so this is the major lacuna here. And what is the probable solution we can able to identify? That is, the major social solution to this is we have to make the visualization. So here it is a, the hourglass image is being kept. The above the glass, that is showing the what do you say, that the information overload there. When you have that particular overload information, so we have to make in such a way that we have to simplify the concept. That is, we have to make the pattern modification there. So that means we have to simplify that particular concept, so that we can able to make the multiple concept creation, that is pattern creation is possible. That means we can able to apply those small concept to different ideas. So that is the major thing that is being explained. For this, so you have to see my first video. So that is being said to be the, what do you say, that the concept of Roga Marga. So here that is actually helping the person to visualize the information there. So see that particular video, you can have the, so the clarity as far as the that particular concept is concerned. And the third major thing, that is lack of mentorship. So that means, so we are not knowing the what actually the science behind it, these different informations. For example, at what time we have to wake up, what is the idea behind it, why we have to wake up that much early, for example 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So what will be the benefit of it, we are not knowing. So that is being, so of course the actually that is being explained in the Ayurveda way, its scientific explanation we have to find out. And how to follow your daily routines, that is being explained there. And how to select the right food, what type of the food is ideal for Vata Prakriti person, what type of food is ideal for Pitta Prakriti person, etc. And If the person is not having that particular imbalance on that particular time period, what has to be taken? So that is being explained in Ayurveda there. And how much time you have to take the food, the after how many hours later you have to take the food, whether the adhesion is ideal, etc., or whether the doing the frequent consumption of little amount of food is ideal. That is being explained. How to eat the food, so that means what will be the method of eating the food, whether you have to talk or whether you have to in what the how you are going to give the concentration to the food, etc., and how to behave in the society. So that means how to walk and how to speak and how to understand the other person and how to talk with the strangers, etc. It is being explained there. And how to identify the physical characters of the person, Prakriti person. What are the different physical characters of Vata Prakriti person, or Pitta Prakriti person, or Kapha Prakriti person? What are the mental characters of this particular person? How they are having why Vata Prakriti person is having that particular imbalance in thought processes? Why the Kapha Prakriti person is having the balanced thought process? And what will be the mental characters? So that is Satvika person or Rajasika person or Tamasika person, how they actually behave, how they are actually how they are actually learning these different informations. So that can be those are the informations we have to deliver the persons who are known, who are actually learning the Ayurveda. How to identify the disease? Why you are saying that person is suffering from this particular disease only? What are the major characters there? And how to communicate that information to the patients and to the family members or to the spouse, etc., etc., and how to plan the line of treatment, and how you are going to give the or determine the pathya and apathya, that means do's and don'ts, how you are going to say to the patients, etc. So those informations, they are actually lacking here. So that means whatever the information they are told, these are the these are the information they are being told in the classics, but that means whatever the activities that will happen from the womb to tomb, so that is of a person, that are being explained in the Ayurveda textbooks, and those informations are not properly delivered to the person who are actually uh, true Ayurveda learners. What is the rationale behind it? We are that those rationale are not properly carried to the subsequent generation. So that is the reason why so Ayurveda learning is becoming difficult nowadays. So the take home messages from today's small video, that is lack of Sanskrit language understanding. Only about 0.0002% of the population know Sanskrit language nowadays. That is the reason, and and Ayurveda textbooks are written in the Sanskrit language. So this is the reason why Ayurveda is becoming difficult nowadays. And we are not delivering the knowledge on visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners' learning abilities, so that the proper information that is not being converted into knowledge, and proper knowledge is not being converted into wisdom. So that is the reason. So when you think about the learning ability, information, knowledge, and wisdom, this is the hierarchy as far as the proper learning is concerned. And lack of pattern identification, pattern modification, and pattern creation in current learning. So that is the reason. So these people are not able to learn Ayurveda properly. Lack of proper mentorship. So that is internalizing the knowledge to wisdom is deficient here. So because so the proper interpretation of the informations, they are not being done. That is the reason this Ayurveda learning is becoming difficult now. And womb to tomb activities are being mentioned in the Ayurveda textbooks, and that is not properly being highlighted there. So these are the key the learnings from my side. So that's all for now today. Dear members, Acharya NIdana Academy members, so what are the major key takeaways from today's session, and what are the new informations you'd like to add to this particular small video? Mention below in the YouTube, mention below. And what are the major learnings that you'd like to have in the future, then in the future, so mention below. And if you are truly liking if you are really liking the video, put a thumbs up and spread to the people who are true Ayurveda learners, so that this particular small message can be turned into a movement, so this particular scientific background of each and every Ayurveda information can be spread to the each and every area of the globe. That's all for today. Thank you.